Thales of Miletus lived during the 6th and 5th centuries BC in modern-day Turkey. Little is known for certain about Thales, aside from what other philosophers said about him, but he is still an important figure for being the first pre-Socratic philosopher. Thales is most famous for positing that everything is fundamentally made up of water. Yes, that's really what he believed, and he took it seriously. Thales was trying to uncover the unifying principle of diversity. Thales was unique for rejecting the Greek pantheon of gods and looking for predictable laws in nature, much like modern scientists. In other words, Thales thought the world was rational, orderly, and understandable through investigation and inquiry. This was a pretty new idea for the Greeks. Greek gods were precarious and unpredictable, constantly fighting and filling the world with chaos as well as order. And if the universe was to be rational and orderly, there had to be something more to it than lots of random, unconnected parts. Thales wanted to identify arche, or unifying principle. Of all the elements, Thales identified water as the arche. So why water? Well, think about it. In ancient times, the laws of physics were not well understood. Rivers flowed to the sea, waves crashed, the tides went in and out. Water seemed to move all on its own. Secondly, every living thing needs water. Humans can survive weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Animals need it, and so do plants and insects. Thirdly, Thales believed that Earth originated from water, and for good reason. The Greeks knew that islands sometimes appeared out of the middle of nowhere, and didn't understand underwater volcanoes or plate tectonics. Fourthly, Thales knew that substances can change forms. Metal workers were constantly melting down metal to make weapons or other tools, and that was weird. But it wasn't so weird if metal was made out of water, because everyone knew that water could change from a solid to a liquid to a gas. So water could explain motion, life, the origin of Earth, and the ability of substances to transform. Of course, we know now that Thales was radically mistaken, and even Aristotle would call him out. But Thales was also a keenly observant scientist. He famously managed to predict the solar eclipse of May 28, 585 BC, and to this day, we don't know how he did that. This gave him credibility, and shows just what a thoughtful person he was. Even though he was wrong about many things, Thales used the little knowledge that he had to come up with good theories, and thanks to him, later pre-Socratics would form new ideas about the world, eventually leading to Socrates, a man who would change the Western world forever.